Bournemouth is in trouble. Despite a great season and a mid-table finish, the great exodus is around the corner. Dean Housen, after an amazing season, is joining Real Madrid. Milos Kerkez had joined from AZ Alkmaar and now proven himself as a top left-back in the Premier League. He seems to be very close to joining Liverpool. Kluivert has put up great numbers and is apparently on the shortlist for Newcastle United. Their winger Semenyo is linked to Manchester United, Spurs and Arsenal. If all these players were about to be snapped up, of course Bournemouth would have over 150 million to reinvest, but one wrong choice and it could all be wasted. Can Bournemouth survive in the Premier League after potentially losing out on so many key players? That's what I want to find out today. I've actually jumped into a live start point and ended the season 9th position for Bournemouth, 56 points. Only gotten beaten by Manchester City and beat Leicester to finish off the year, and that's not too bad, a top 10 finish. And I just realized Kepa is actually only on loan, so he's going back to Chelsea. But now Milos Kerkez is leaving to Liverpool for 35 million out the door at Bournemouth. And now Dean Housen, the centre-back, is leaving. In real life, apparently Bournemouth is getting 50 million. I'm only getting 25 from Newcastle United. And now finally, out of Kluivert and Semenyo for the third big move out of the team, I have chosen it to be Semenyo because I feel like that is closer to reality. Many teams are looking for a winger, while Kluivert plays in a position that is a bit more specific. Not every team plays with that position. I believe Kluivert is like right behind the striker, right? So we're bringing in Semenyo, or bringing him out basically, out of the squad. And that takes our budget to above 174 million. With that, we have to make the right decisions to steer Bournemouth into the right direction again. But here is the starting 11 of Bournemouth going into this next season. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing a bunch of good names in here. Obviously, we have Evan Nilsson, who did have some decent numbers, 12 goals and 5 assists in this season. Kluivert is still part of this team as the number 10. Traore has returned from a loan deal, if I'm not mistaken. We have Sinisterra, who is currently injured, but he's also back. Then on top of it, yes, of course, we do have an issue with the left-back position. That needs sorting out. And the right-back position, Araujo is here, who has been purchased for 10 million from Barcelona. In defense, now we are obviously bringing Senesi back into the starting lineup alongside Zabarni. That could work out for now. In goal, we will need someone new. Neto is there. Yes, he can cover for now, but we need someone that can be built up with this team for the future. Now, on top of it, Enes Ünal, who has an ACL injury, should be back somewhere in like 2-3 months into the new season. Krupi, who is an insane talent, I'm telling you right now, this guy has now returned to Bournemouth at this stage, and he could be one of those next players that they make a ton of money off because he is so freaking talented. So we're going to pay a lot of attention to him and maybe turn him into the main striker at some point. Fevre is back as well from his loan deal. We also have Ouattara. We obviously have Tavernier. I believe Ouattara has good numbers as well. How many? He has 9 goals and 4 assists this season. Not bad at all. And we have Alex Scott, who is a huge talent for a team like Bournemouth. So there is hope. Even if we would leave the team exactly like this, I think there's a chance we could easily survive this season. Good news! Alex Paulsen is a player that we can rely on. He is one of the higher potential players in the team and a goalkeeper, but only 6 foot tall. I've now also sold Fevre for 12.4 million. Anthony as well. Paulsen and Krupi are going out on loan, and all of this is happening because Fevre, out on loan in France, has done absolutely nothing, and Anthony has only played 2 games this season for Bournemouth, and I have plenty of wingers. Iraola, being a Spanish coach, he knows of Sergi Cardona. Villarreal's left back is now joining into the Premier League to replace Milos Kerkez, and this is a big signing for us. Now, first of all, it's the first signing we're making. Obviously, we sent a bunch of players out on loan. It's going to do this again. Hold on. Let's skip ahead. Here we go. We have paid 27.5 million for Cardona, for him to join into our team as an 80 rated left back. So basically a like-for-like replacement here in terms of rating. Kerkez, I believe, is an 80, 81 rating in FC 25. So Cardona now comes in with that 80. He's 26 years old, 6'1" tall. Anticipate playstyle on him, which can be very useful. And the first major signing for our team who's trying to redistribute the money that they have now brought in through selling all these players. And I think this would be a great move. Him being Spanish and the coach being Spanish as well, it just makes sense to me. Olympique Lyon have missed out on Champions League football, and that means they have to sell as many players as they can in this summer transfer window. So I am bringing in Lucas Perry, with Ryan Cherki also basically announcing that he's going to be leaving Olympique Lyon. I'm expecting a lot more players to go. I believe Lacazette has played his last season for Lyon as well. There were pictures of him sat in the middle of the pitch, but Perry now comes in as a goalkeeper, 27 years old, 82 rated. Yes, we do have the youngster that is currently out on loan, but I want to bring in someone that can take over now and help us. The goalkeeping position is too important for us to not spend in there if we have over 100 million to spend. So Perry comes in, 27 years old, 6'6" Brazilian goalkeeper who has the far throw playstyle as well, which can be quite useful if you're trying to go on counterattacks very quickly. But with that, automatically our defense looks much better. And I gotta say, Araujo only being a 74 is kind of bugging me. Just found out that Araujo only played 6 games for Bournemouth in the starting 11, so it might be time for an upgrade. This next transfer has been sat on the bench and injured at Arsenal for way too long. So Takehiro Tomiyasu, my friend, Iraola is your new coach. Welcome at Bournemouth. It just made too much sense to me. A lot of Arsenal fans want to get rid of him, right? And because he has barely played at all in the past year and injuries. But this guy now comes in as someone who can easily play all across the back line. He can play right back, left back, and even in the centre back position. And I'm telling you right now, he was actually amazing in Italy. So I'm really happy to bring him into the squad to take over that right back position. In centre back, he actually goes up to an 81 rating. So I'm thinking about possibly putting him there. But for now, Tomiyasu is going to be our right back. Not the most pace, but good defending, good physicality, 6'2", and the anticipate playstyle, same as Cardona. And that is huge to me. I really love the anticipate playstyle on fullbacks. And now that Semenyo is gone, that right midfield position needs a bit of help in my opinion. Because Traore is fine to play. He actually had over 12 goal contributions over in France. A man with 8 goals and 5 assists in the past year for Valencia, who have finished in the 12th position this season, is now joining into our team. Diego Lopez is the new right midfielder of Bournemouth. For 32 million, we are able to bring this man in at a rating of 80. Yes, that is some upgrade. And again, a Spanish player to come into this team. And I'm actually very happy about this. I feel like I'm making really good signings for Bournemouth here. That could be somewhat realistic for them. Lopez comes in with the, rapid play style. He has 85 pace, 76 shooting, 74 passing, 78 dribbling, 3-star, 4-star, 5'8". That is a player that we now have on the wings for Bournemouth. Alex Scott, our big talent, is actually going out on loan as well because right now he doesn't fit into the starting 11. At some point, he will. Bournemouth finished 13th this season, and I gotta say, for the fact that so many top players have left this team, so many talented ones, 13th in our first proper season is not too bad. Because I can tell you straight away, we're going to build this team up more and more. Evanilson up to an 81, Kluivert up to an 80, Lopez 82. We love to see that. Even Cook has gone up to an 80 at this stage. Tomiyasu 80, Senesi 78, Zabani has gone up nice. He's only 23. Cardona up to an 83, Perry 84, and the bench is looking solid with Enes Unal now back from his injury. And we do have a bunch of players out on loan, as you know. And this season's top performer, of course, is Evanilson, coming in with 22 and 3, but only +1 in growth. Hopefully that will change next season. Lopez 12 and 13, 25 goal contributions in his first season. Kluivert coming in with 20, Traore with 7 and 2. Bit unhappy with that, if I'm completely honest. Maybe that's someone that I should be replacing in the upcoming season. I was expecting a bit higher numbers on there, and yeah, he is 26 at this stage, which is not too old. That's totally fine. But Cardona, first season in, 5 goal contributions from left back. not too bad. Last season, we ended up with over 60 million in the budget, and it seems to have carried over a little bit. We have 92 million to spend this time around, and I want Bournemouth to establish itself in the top 10. And for that, we need new players. 6 goals and 4 assists in the past year of football for Lille, a team that is known for making up or bringing up great talents, and this is one of them. Matias Fernandez Pardo for Traore plus 6 million. Now, in terms of rating, this is not an upgrade, but in terms of potential, the ceiling of this player, it is. Pardo comes in and takes over that left midfield position. He is Spanish as well. I'm not doing this on purpose at this stage, but I'm very happy about this signing right now. 21 years old, 6'2", who also has 89 pace with him. That is incredible. So he's going to be just a freight train running down that left-hand side, and I am very happy to welcome him into the squad. Now, the next thing I need to look at is Senesi. He's not growing anymore. I checked all the development plans for a lot of players in this team, and a lot of them are not going to be growing. And in that centre-back position, I need someone who's going to be higher rated. Tomiyasu only goes up by +1 if I turn him into a centre-back. I'm going to keep him on the right for now. Per Schurz is now joining into our team for 32 million, my friends. I am very happy about this signing because obviously Dienhausen was a centre-back that has Dutch origins as well, but chose to play for the Spanish national team. Per Schurz is the one that could replace him in this team properly because he is a former Ajax defender, and currently he plays at Torino. It just made sense for me to go out there and spend a little bit more. I brought him in for around 32 million, if I'm not mistaken. 6'3" tall, 74 pace, 75 passing on a centre-back with 83 defending, 78 physicality, and block play style. This is a signing that truly could take this team to the next level, in my opinion. One thing I completely missed in the last season is the fact that we have apparently won the Carabao Cup. And thanks to that, we played in a conference league. And our squad has gone up in their ratings a lot. Evan Nilsson up to an 85. Kluivert 83, that's fine for now. Lopez 85. Defensively, we're looking stronger. Our goalkeeper is up to an 87, which is amazing to see. And Pardo has gone up by 3. Now, our CDMs, both of them, are good enough to be backups in this team at this point, but not starters. So we will attack that going into the next season. Evan Nilsson 33-4, Kluivert 21-7, Lopez 15-11, Pardo 22 goal contributions. It seems like it was the right choice to bring him in. And oh, of course, I have to show you where we end up this season. In the Premier League, we finished in the top 10, and that's good. But in the first half, we were actually 3rd. So somehow the second half of the season has been horrible for Bournemouth, and that's something we need to look at. Now, this season, FA Cup, we're not there. In the Carabao Cup, we're not in the finale. But I can tell you, in the Conference League, we were in the final, and we actually lost to Leipzig, which sucks. But it's good to see that we were able to put up somewhat of a fight to make it to a European final. This season, they gave me 78 million to play with. And now, my friends, a bunch of players are back. Krupi has returned from his loan deal at the age of 21, 77 rated. Paulsen comes back at the age of 24, 77 rated. And Scott as well, same rating. Even though I expected a little bit more from Scott, to be completely honest with you, but I'll take that. These players are going to be amazing backups. I've sold a bunch of players. Christie, Unal, Ouattara, Tavernier, Billing, Travers, and also Dennis have left the squad, taking our budget way past what it was before, up to 135 million. Let me tell you right now, that man right there is at Manchester City to replace Rodri, and Rodri is back soon. Nico Gonzalez will need a new home, and we are stepping in, and this is one of the bigger signings we're making. 47 million I have spent on the former Porto player who has joined Manchester City, and yes, has played a couple of games, but hasn't had the impact that Manchester City were probably hoping for. So for me, he comes in to take over the CDM position, 25 years old at this stage, with decent pace, decent shooting, most importantly, 82 passing, 79 defending, 82 physicality, with the press-proven playstyle. This guy will need a new home at some point. Let's be honest, City will probably not use him when Rodri is back, so I'm thinking this makes a lot of sense for us. And next to Nico Gonzalez, Onyedika is gonna be joining into our team from Club Brugge, and this man could be a special midfielder for us, coming in from Getafe in the game itself for 30 million. We're not spending the most amount of money because still, I am only a top 10 side within the Premier League. So before I can make big name signings, I need to get like Champions League football, Europa League football, something like that. But until then, hey, this is great. 26 years old, has some really, really good stats on him. 85 physicality to go along with it at 6 foot tall. This is the type of player I want to have in my CDM position. But I am thinking now of switching the tactics and going a bit more attacking, because with those 2 CDMs, our defense is going to be stronger. So I believe the switch to a 4-2-1-3, yeah, that formation needs to happen. Remember when I told you last season we were 3rd halfway through the year, but then we fell off? This season, we are actually in that 3rd position, only 2 points away from the Premier League title. Bournemouth qualified for Champions League football. That is what the team has achieved. FA Cup belongs to Spurs. Carabao Cup belongs to Bristol City. What? That is football, my friends. We love to see it. And yeah, Champions League. Who has won it? Barcelona. By the way, Lamine Yamal just keeps scoring ridiculous goals. This guy is insane. Like, I remember Messi when he started playing. I was still, you know, old enough to kind of see what was happening at the time. But Yamal, the way he's scoring these goals from like outside the box on his left foot, the kid is insane. I don't want to say he's going to be the next Messi, but he's on the way to get there for sure. Do we have a next Messi in here? I mean, Lopez is up to an 87. Evan Nilsson up to an 87. I love that. Kluivert up to an 85, now 29 years old. He has stuck with the team until now. Fernandez Pardo on the 84. I appreciate that. And then in our CDM positions, we have Gonzalez on the 86 and then Onyedika on the 83, which I'm very happy with. Shures and Zabarny looking very, very good actually in this team now. A very good pairing of players. Tomiyasu up to an 84, which I appreciate. Cardona 86. Our goalkeeper has been great. He's up to an 87. And we do have the youngsters. Krupi up to a 79, only 21 years old. Scott up to a 78. He hasn't grown much, which really bothers me. I wanted him to be a part of this team at some point. And then we also have Paulsen up to an 81. So he is preparing himself to take over from Perry if needed. However, this season's top scorer is Kluivert. He has 34 goal contributions. Evan Nilsson only 16 and 5 despite being 87 rated. That's a bit meh. And then we have Fernandez Pardo coming in with 11-11. Lopez with 9 and 9. Gonzalez scoring from CDM. Shures getting 3 goals and 5 assists from centre back. I think he might be pushing up a little bit too much. 180 million in the budget as we go into the Champions League. Now let's spice things a little bit up because our team looks insane. I'm thinking from the site that I've created, which is hopefully going to be out around June 1st. That's the plan. And I'm planning on getting something sick involved here as well. I'm working on it. But the penalty of fate is what I want to utilize today because I already have a good team. Now, if the goalkeeper saves my shot, I have to get rid of either my top defender, midfielder, or attacker. So let's aim left, middle, or right. I'm going middle. No! Okay, just so you know, if I go again, see, it would have been safe, but instead, I have to get rid of my top defender. Who's my top defender? The goalkeeper is included, by the way. 86, 84, 86, 85. Goalkeeper. Perry, I have to get rid of him. Is Paulsen ready for this? He is not ready for this. Oh, wow. That's tough. That's tough. Perry, thank you so much for everything you've done. It's Paulsen's turn now. So first of all, I'm signing another coach for the goalkeeping position because I need that extra growth for Paulsen. So Perry is now leaving the squad, making room for the youngster, the original from Bournemouth actually. And he goes for about 70 million to Villarreal. We bought Villarreal's left back. They got our goalkeeper. Because I can't go ahead and get in a new goalkeeper because obviously we just had to get rid of him as a forfeit. I am going ahead and signing a new centre back. And this is another Manchester City player that probably won't play under Guardiola ever again. Apparently there's a bit of a clash between him and Guardiola. And so Kusanov is now joining into our team. He comes in at a rating of 85. Zabarny is on an 84 and he's going to take his place on the bench and compete against Kusanov. Whoever wins the battle keeps the position. This guy comes in at the age of 24 now, 6'1" tall, amazing stats on him, and jockey and bruiser. So hopefully this is the right team for you, Kusanov. Leipzig have just missed out on European football, and that means a massive exodus at the club. So I am going ahead and signing one of them. It is going to be Vermeeren, who initially was signed by Atletico Madrid. Things didn't necessarily work out for him. In Belgium, he looked like some talent, and I still believe there is a lot of talent in him. He comes into our team now to compete with Onyedika. So I'm actually very happy about these signings. We're just taking our team to the next level by just improving it incrementally whilst keeping other players who are already very good on the bench. So here we go. Vermeeren comes in at the age of 23 with decent pace, good passing, dribbling, defending, physicality, 5'10", block and anticipate on him. I think these signings will make a difference and we will stay in the Champions League spots this season. Bournemouth has done it. 80 points. Won the Premier League title. This changes everything. FA Cup belongs to Chelsea. Carabao Cup belongs to Liverpool. And in the Champions League, how far did we make it? 10th in the league phase. That's good. Playoffs against Dortmund, lost straight away. Okay, so for the international stage, we need to become stronger. And I feel like we're in a really good position. Now, one thing I need to mention is, Evan Nilsson up to a 92. Someone purchased him, and then I purchased him back in January. And yeah, basically, he's on a 92 now, thanks to that. I don't know how it happened. As soon as he moved away from the club, he jumped in rating, and then I bought him back at a 91, and now he's up to a 92. So just to keep you guys updated. But the good thing is, Krupi actually played a bunch of games and got a bunch of goals and assists as well. But generally speaking, our team looks incredible right now. We're close to pushing a bunch of players above the 90 rating, just like Evan Nilsson. And looking at the bench, I can see a couple of things that we might have to fix, but that's totally okay. Zabarny's up to an 86. That's impressive. Onyedika as well. Wow, there's quite a battle going on for positions here, which I do like. Anyways, this season's top performer once again is Kluivert, 34-5. Lopez with 16-8. Fernandez Pardo with a 13-12, 25 goal contributions on that left wing. Krupi, 10-3 in 30 games. And our centre-back again, he just doesn't stop scoring or getting assists, which I love. And now it is time to sign a star and bring in even more competition into the team. Barcola is the next one. Now that we are a Premier League title winner, we're going to be signing a big player. 95 million I've spent on this lad to join us, and he comes in at an 88 rating to put up a fight against Fernandez Pardo. So Pardo goes down onto the bench and Barcola takes over. Again, nothing's guaranteed. Whoever wins the battle and grows more and gets the goals and assists is going to play. But Barcola comes in at the age of 26 now. 91 pace, 83 shooting, 83 passing, but 87 dribbling with 4-star skill move, 6'1", 3 very good play styles on him. What a signing that is. And even though I've just signed him, if we go over to the budget just now, you'll realize that I have an insane amount of money. I feel like EA have maybe fixed the money issue. I still have 143 million. So much. And with the money I have left, I'm signing a very talented Porto midfielder. This is a center attacking mid coming onto our bench for 40 million. Rodrigo Mora is the big next star that is coming into the team. Kind of reminds me of when Joao Felix came onto the scene at Benfica, even though I was hearing a lot more of Joao back in the day. But anyways, let's take Adams off the bench. Let's put Mora on there. He now is a center attacking midfield backup for the likes of Kluivert, who is 30 years old now. And Mora can still grow. 22 years old, 84 pace, 75 shooting, 82 passing, 85 dribbling. And he's 5'6" with 3 very useful playstyles for his position. I wish he had the incisive pass, but he seems like an incredible dribbler to join our team. Bournemouth has once again won the Premier League title with 81 points. We have truly established ourselves as one of the great clubs in the Premier League right now. And as we go across to the FA Community Shield, we'll see that we have lost it against Chelsea. Okay, FA Cup itself. It's Fulham against Sheffield Wednesday in the finale. That's insane. Then in the Carabao Cup, we're not taking part in it. So clearly, we are struggling outside of the Premier League as we speak. And in the Champions League, we came into the 20th position this time around, having to go through the playoffs to face the likes of Inter, beat them 5-3 on aggregate. Round of 16, it turns out to be a battle against AC Milan, 3-1 victory. Things are going well. Quarterfinals, it's Sporting, 7-2. Semi-final, it is us beating Dortmund 4-3 to now face PSG in the Champions League final. A team who we might have made a bit weaker through signing Barcola. And this is our squad now. 89 rated Barcola, 92 Evan Nilsson, Lopez on the 91 as well. Now with the Rapid Plus, can't wait to use him. Kluivert has gone up to an 88 at the age of 31. Gonzalez 92. Vermeeren didn't get to the 90. Same goes for Kusanov and Tomiyasu. Paulsen up to an 88, the same rating that the goalkeeper had who we let go. But Fernandez Pardo is up to a 90 and he deserves to start in this matchup. Onyedika on an 87, such a good bench, honestly. I'm actually very happy with this. Let's go over into the stats and see who has performed best this season. Who could be up for the Ballon d'Or? It could be Fernandez Pardo, 25 and 15. Barcola, what's up, man? You dropped down to the bench. Evan Nilsson, 24 and 4. Lopez, 23 and 14. Kluivert, 14 and 4 at the age of 31 is fine. Gonzalez, 12 and 5 from that CDM position. Kusanov gets 4 goals. Schürrle gets 2 goals for himself. Things have gone really well. And at the end of it, we're going to be facing Isak at striker, Rodrigo on the wing. Oh, wow. Okay, that PSG side is a bit nuts. Rodrigo, the Manchester City player, is just sat on the bench. What the hell is this team? It's been a while since I've actually played the finale standing. I have a standing desk, by the way, so sometimes the angle changes of the video. But anyways, I'm going to be playing this one standing because I feel like I need to be mobile for this matchup here against PSG. Kluivert, I assume he has half winger on him. I need to change that very, very soon. I don't like half winger at all. Nico Gonzalez, first shot. Dangerous play. Tomiyasu needs to come across. Lee Kangin, Tomiyasu. Oh, come on. Step up, lads. Someone has to put in a tackle, right? There, Schürrle. Isak making that look way too easy. It's 1-0. Vitinha scores. Isak gets the assist. Normally, it should have been the other way around, but the other defenders were not paying attention. This is not good. Diego Lopez cuts back. Over into the center. What is Fernandez supposed to do here? Hold on. There's a run. Evan Nilsson. Great time. I've never seen a shot as bad as that. Uh-oh. Dude, it could be 2. It could legit be 2. Isak against Paulsen. Good job, keeper. Lopez, Kluivert. Evan Nilsson, make a run. Good run by Kluivert. Evan Nilsson is right there waiting for it. Whipped in. It's the post. I might have to use Krupi in the second half. Not kidding. Fernandez whips it in. That's not the best of passes, but it's okay. We might still get a chance here with Nico Gonzalez, and it's saved again. All right, for the second half, we're sitting down. All right, we need to focus up and lean forward. Good tackle by Schürrle. Evan Nilsson making an upwards run. Here goes Gonzalez. Evan Nilsson, you're running into the wrong direction. It's okay. Gonzalez, left-footed. Yes! Gonzalez scores. That is exactly what we needed, lads. Impressive run. Not Gonzalez. Lopez. Why do I say Gonzalez? Anyways, forget about it. Here we go, lads. We're back into the game. I was thinking of Nico Gonzalez in the midfield, I guess. Isak drops deep again. Vitinha taking over the striker role, but off we go down the right. It is Lopez. Back over to Evan Nilsson. Kluivert. There is Pardo. Smacks it. 2-1, 78 minutes in. Bournemouth have completed the comeback. And on top of it, as PSG is making changes, we're going to make our own changes as well. Barcola, Krupi, and also Mora coming on now. Anyone else? Yeah, let's put on Onyedika instead of Nico Gonzalez. He's a bit tired, and Zabarny gets his chance to play again. This is such a good bench. Good tackle by Tomiyasu. Exceptional pass by Tomiyasu. Diego Lopez. Krupi, Eli Jr. Krupi has scored. PSG is falling apart. It is done. Nice tackles. Abarni plays it out to Barcola. Barcola looking for Krupi again. Krupi is back in the attack. And he's going to make it 2 goals for himself. Krupi is returning to Bournemouth after this summer, and that will be an interesting moment. I'm excited to see if this guy gets the playtime he deserves. He's an exceptional talent. And it's done. Let's see who has won the Ballon d'Or. Now, after having won the Champions League title, 1 trophy is left. And I gotta say, Lopez deserves this one, man. What a performance in the finale. He got plenty of big moments himself, a goal and an assist at least. So, Lopez, you deserve this Ballon d'Or in my eyes. Congratulations to him. And Bournemouth, about you. What will happen with this team if you keep on selling players after Hausen and also Kerkez? We've kind of seen that it will take multiple years to kind of take this team up a level, but if they reinvest the money the right way, the 150 million plus that they could be getting for all these players that they might be able to sell, anything is really possible. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Take care and peace.